What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more of the Fixx. Thank you again to AK. We're continuing with Shuttered Room, 1982. And the next track is I Live, which, I don't know, it's a phrase that seemingly would have more than its literal meaning at play, but of course, to take it at face value, it's a bit cogito ergo sum, right? Like, if you can say that, then you are alive and you have agency and you are able to experience. So it feels maybe a bit like a validation of your existence. Of course, it could be much more narrow and ultimately not have the seemingly positive connotations that it does. I'll see what I can catch. This is the Fixx. The track is I Live. I suppose it could be I Live, but I find that less likely. But yes, I Live from Shuttered Room, 1982. dramatic. The whole tune kind of had a bit of drama to it, but yeah, a bit of the unknown there in the end. It's interesting, like sonically, I feel the kind of new wave rock vibes. It actually reminds me, and I apologize if AK or any others of you don't like this comparison, but it reminded me a bit of like an early Tears for Fears tune. Like if that was Roland's voice instead, it wouldn't sound terribly out of place. But yeah, like it didn't sound heavy and dark, but it wasn't exactly bright either. And as far as I can tell, essentially the message is things aren't great and he, sort of wonders what he's doing and so on, but like he lives and, even maybe though that's a low bar, it's all he's got, so he's going to hold on to it and it's better than the alternative, I guess, which is not exactly an optimistic, rosy view, but at least it's not kind of like this, nihilistic, you don't care if you live or die, it's, you might as well not be here kind of attitude. It's like, he seems to be saying, again, he doesn't have much more than the mere fact of his existence, but at least that's something, and he's going to hold on to it. So I live, well, not exactly like a cathartic yop, if you will, at the very least is a recognition of some value, or at least that it's more convenient to hang on to that than otherwise. And even if that's only out of fear of the unknown or whatever, or fear of non-existence, perhaps better. It's in an interesting place thematically if I'm reading that general concept right. And the idea is like staring into the light and so on. There is kind of like a visual like snapshot aspect to it as well. But yeah, I couldn't pick up more than that. So maybe there's more, and maybe I'm not piecing it together correctly. Obviously, let me know if you've got insight in that regard. But that seemed to be the essence of it, which I enjoy the kind of complicated philosophy and feeling of that. And yeah, again, sonically, I enjoyed it. It's, it has a bit of an early 80s sound in a very good way. And, I wouldn't call it like synth rock per se, but there definitely was some keyboard bits in there. And overall, I enjoyed the vocal delivery as well, which, again, not super intense, but not super, like, soft or emotional, just kind of in this, stark, just singing what he's feeling, which, again, I suppose is kind of like a low emotional bar, but I think the delivery works with that. So, yeah, another cool one from the Fixx. Thank you again to AK. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Peace.